What up guys, welcome to Game Over Entertainment, and today on The Walking Dead Wednesday we're talking about the Michonne miniseries and a possible surprise original Telltale character actually showing up within the game. Alright, now I know Telltale's going to have their own original characters they're going to make specifically for The Walking Dead Michonne, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about characters that's already been established through the previous Walking Dead games that we already seen before, showing up within this new IP that they're making this fall. And just to be clear, this is just a prediction. I don't have inside knowledge of them actually doing this or not, but I do have some reasons of why I think this should happen and needs to happen, okay, in order to just make the game more enjoyable. Now, the first reason why I think it's going to happen, and probably the strongest one, is that The Walking Dead Michonne requires The Walking Dead Season 2 Episode 1 in order to play it. So it's arguably within the Walking Dead regular game interface, probably within the menus. It just makes sense for a character that they've already made to show up, or some location at the very least that we've been to and visited before, to show up within this game. Alright, because it's already within the game, they're already connecting it now. You might as well connect it with the stories and the characters to further progress it. Another reason why I think this is a good idea, it needs to happen, is that it will please fans. Alright, be a nice fan service for everybody who's been sticking with you guys from the Walking Dead game. It won't subtract from anybody new hopping onto this to play as Michonne. It won't subtract to them. They just won't know of this Easter egg experience for them that they won't know about. But us as Telltale fans will be like, oh snap, that's what's name. What is he doing here? You know, it'd be crazy, and I think it'd be a nice surprise. You know, we've seen that before, and it had a good reaction when Kenny actually showed up. So another character showing up could possibly be a good idea as well. Number 3, make the universe feel connected. Alright, they want to have this all take place within the same Walking Dead sphere, right? What better way to make it feel connected by connecting these storylines to have one of these characters emerging? So I think it's a good way to do it, and it's just a smart move to get it in there. Okay, if not a person, then at least a known place or a location that we already seen before. And my final reason this should happen is for the untold story. The Telltale's already taken it upon themselves to tell Michonne's untold version of what happened when she disappeared from her group. Why not tell one of their own characters' stories in the process? Incorporate one of the other characters who will actually fill in one of the Walking Dead mysteries about what happened to multiple of these Walking Dead characters that, you know, just vamp off the map after we see them and we don't know what happened. So you're telling multiple untold stories which will please fans on both sides of the spectrum, comic book and the regular Telltale Walking Dead fan. So yeah, now let's talk about this certain character that can possibly show up. There's a criteria that I think this character has to meet, and it's also a sacrifice that has to be made in order to have something like this happen. From what I've read so far, because I'm not too familiar with the comic books, but what I read so far, this period where Michonne is disappearing takes place 2 years after everything we've seen in Season 2. So there's at least 2 years of time gap. So whatever character actually manifests within this game is probably going to have to be sacrificed from the Walking Dead regular game. Meaning that, like, whoever shows up in the Walking Dead Michonne cannot show up in the Walking Dead regular game, at least not in Season 3. Because I don't think they would put in a character in that would be death proof. It depends. If Walking Dead Season 3 has some type of time skip, then yeah, it's okay. But if they try to stick with the same storyline within the same time, then no, because you have this character in there and you will already know that they can't die because they show up 2 years later to be in the Walking Dead Michonne. And I don't think Telltale would do something like that, at least not in this zombie game. And I think there's a certain criteria that a character has to meet in order to show up and actually have a surprising effect on the fans. Okay, this character will have to be significant enough where they're given some type of dialogue or some type of name within the regular Walking Dead franchise. Okay, they can't be some unknown person that we may have seen for a couple seconds and then they show up in the game. Nothing that anyone has to get a magnifying glass out in order to find out who the hell these people are. Something that all the fans can enjoy at the exact same time, and we can all be surprised within the story when this actually happens, when they show up. So let's look at the list of characters right here. I got them pulled up, of characters that I think meet this criteria and would be great additions to the Walking Dead Michonne if they actually appeared within the story. And no, people, I'm not including determinate characters, even though it would be cool as hell if one of your determinate characters actually showed up in this, but I don't think so. I don't think Telltale would do something like that. We'd be lucky if we get any character showing up, let alone a determinate character based on your decision. Alright, first up we have Lily. Alright, she could possibly show within this game. She is recognizable and she has no confirmed death. We don't really know what's happened to her. Next up we have Krista from season 2. All we hear is a gunshot and a scream, but from what we see from Telltale, that doesn't mean anything. This character can still be alive, no confirmed death here. Molly, taking you back to season 1 once again. She can possibly make an appearance within this. She's recognizable and no confirmed death. And now we're jumping into 400 days. Alright, so the 400 day cast, man. Vince, Russell, Nate, Wyatt, Eddie. Not Bonnie though. No, she's determinate. Shell, Becca, and Tavia. Basically the leftovers from Carver's camp showing up. Now these characters, I think, are significant enough to actually show up. And you know, having the DLCs actually tie together between, you know, the 400 days and this would be kind of cool to see that actually go down like that. Don't know, but hey, they're possible. They're also candidates. Let's see. Now we're jumping into season 2 full-fledged, and here we got Mike. Now this guy right here, he did die in the original PS3 version, but he was saved by Telltale, who updated that version, and now he's unkillable. So that makes him a candidate for this game. He can actually show up. That'd be kind of crazy. Arvo, showing up within The Walking Dead Michonne. Don't know what reference it would be in, but he's a candidate. And that is it, guys. Alright, so those are the list of characters that can possibly show up that I think have the strongest possibility of actually showing up if they're going to do it. Okay, someone is recognizable right off the bat, and someone that is not confirmed dead. Alright, two very, very important traits that I think could be incorporated to this, man. But people, that is the video right there. Let me know if you would like to see a Telltale character actually emerge, a regular Telltale character emerge within this game, or you think these entities should stay separate. The Walking Dead Michonne is its own thing, and the regular Telltale game is its own thing. Okay, let me know in the comments, and also tell me what character you would like to see if you did have your choice of character. Okay, all right, but I'm out of here though. Have a good one. Peace.